Welcome to another episode of Northside Now. This is the podcast where we take you on a tour through all of the ministries and the latest happenings around Northside Church to keep you better connected with your church family. I'm one of your hosts, Patrick, and with me as always is my co-host, Glenn Miller.
What's up?
Oh, what's poppin'?
I don't know. I started yawning, and I was like, I was hoping I was going to quit before you.
I put you to sleep.
Stopped.
I put you to sleep this quickly, right?
I was just like, oh, it's not going to stop. I don't know. I'm just a little tired this morning. The clouds are out today.
They are,
and so they say it's going to rain today. So I think anytime it's going to rain, especially in the afternoon,
yeah,
I'm just done for the day.
Oh, I 100% agree.
I'm done for the day.
Rain is like calming and soothing for me, and just kind of like lulls me to sleep.
Yeah,
I'm one of those that'll sleep through a thunderstorm in a heartbeat.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I might hear it. It might wake me up.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy it.
It's like a nice, like, white noise machine.
I remember growing up as a kid and where my bedroom was, and of course, it seemed like back in that day, you raised your windows a lot more. And why did you do that? And no one seemed to have allergies. But anyways, our barn was just not, just a half a stone throw away. Yeah. And it would rain and just all that tin.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Especially a light rain.
Yeah.
It's so good. Sleeping like crazy.
It's one of my new favorite spots at my new house. On the back patio, there's a little metal awning that goes over the back patio, and you sit out there when it rains, and just that patter on the metal roof is real nice.
The house we lived on in Cheyenne, the neighbors next to us had that very same thing.
Yeah. And
our bedroom, so if it was just a light rain, I would open our window just to get that effect in our bedroom.
But you go out there, you sit with a cup of coffee and just let the rain, it's relaxing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so what other are really good? I mean, some people like fans. They got to have a fan going.
Yeah.
Or just the sound of the fan.
Uh-huh. Something else that puts me to sleep, I probably shouldn't say this, is when I'm riding in a car.
Yeah.
Just riding in a car and just kind of I can get sleepy riding in a car real quick.
Yeah, I've gotten where I can't listen to music and ride in a car if I'm driving. It's better for me to listen to a podcast or a book or a talk show or something.
I'm the same way.
I'm way more engaged.
I'm the same way, yeah.
And I'm okay. But if it's just music, especially music I know well.
It just kind of lulls you into that.
Yeah. And I can't sleep if I'm the passenger unless I really trust you.
Yeah. So
shout out to Gabriel in Africa, because even in Africa, I could fall asleep with Gabriel driving. Yeah. Sitting in the front. I hated doing it, but I'd start dozing off. But it was definitely, definitely trusted his driving. But yeah, if I don't trust your driving, or you're not keeping me entertained, then I can lull to sleep in a car pretty quick. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah, I know some people that have to sleep with a TV on, and just like a lot of times they'll put on shows that they know like really well.
Yep.
And so they don't have to really like actually pay attention to it, but it just kind of provides that sort of like background noise. And
Barbie and I do that with Are You Being Served, which is a British comedy from the 70s on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's a playlist on YouTube, and we fall asleep probably 5 nights a week with that on.
Elizabeth will turn on Murder, She Wrote sometimes. She loves Murder, She Wrote. And
Murder, She Wrote.
I have now watched every episode of Murder, She Wrote multiple
Angela
times.
Lansbury?
Oh, yeah. She's a national treasure.
Yeah. She and Betty White, I guess they're kind of the same kind of character, just different genres. One's comedy, one's
a little more drama. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. Speaking of drama, this past week, NCIS celebrated Ducky, who is the medical examiner, David Goggins, I think's his name.
Yeah.
And he died recently, or this last year. But it was during the strike and everything of the writers and the actors and all that. So now that they're back going on new episodes and stuff, a lot of the original cast and people from NCIS got back together to have an episode honoring him.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So then now everybody's like, is so-and-so coming back to, NCIS is like, is there a TV show that's been on longer than they have now? I mean, I don't know of one.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, are they going to come back? So Now that we got real TV shows on again, everybody's wondering about who's coming and who's doing and all that. So, so TV's worth watching again. It's no reruns anymore.
That's good.
But yeah. So, I was complaining before we got on the air because I took my dog to the vet.
Yeah.
And then spent some. It's one of those things of why does that have to cost that much to get shots for your dog? But why do they have to call me dad?
Oh yeah, you're a dog dad.
Why? Why do they have to call me dad? And I know these people, they still do. I think it's just they're so used to it.
It's this, it's the society we live in now. Everyone's a dog mom. These dogs are my babies. People care more about their dogs than their actual kids a lot of times.
Well, that's true. Well, I'm not one of those people. I'm not his dad.
Yeah.
I kind of feel weird about it when I kind of feel like Peter from Family Guy and Brian walking around me or something, especially since Chief's white. That's kind of a really scary visual I just had of myself in my brain. But anyways, don't call me. I'm not his dad.
Yeah. There has been an interesting shift just in like the way we view dogs in our society just in the last, couple of decades, because dogs used to be just like, I don't know, I knew more outside dogs than inside dogs when I was a kid.
Completely.
And like they were just sort of like,
well, they were.
I almost said a tool, but they're like not necessarily a tool, but they were just like
they served a
purpose. Yeah, and they don't really do that anymore.
Now, I remember my granddad, the neighbor brought over. He came over to my granddad, and this had kind of been a problem before. He came over and said, Clay, just want to let you know I had to put your dog down. So I had to kill your dog. He was over chasing my chickens and my calves and stuff like that. And granddad, so you caught him? Yep, I saw him. And, I've seen him. All right, well, no problem. I appreciate you bringing him back home. And he went out and buried him.
Yeah.
And not a heart. He didn't say anything. He was nothing mean about the guys. Well, he,
had to do what he had to do.
Had to do what he had to do. And if his dog was over here, I'd do the same thing.
It's like dogs, they were hunting dogs or they were sheep dogs.
Or they were protecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
But it's like, I don't know, maybe it's because I grew up watching Old Yeller.
Old Yeller.
It's my dog.
We'll take a break right now while everybody stops and cries for a moment. There's kids that haven't even seen Old Yeller.
Oh, I know.
Maybe that's what we need to do in schools. Just old Yeller.
I think it would do some kids some good.
I think that'd be a little triggering. Put a trigger warning on this.
Trigger warning on Old Yeller. Yeah, I don't think we can actually do that anymore. Get canceled for it.
Yeah, I've been seeing some stuff about Gen Alpha, which is the new group coming up. And they're saying they're a whole other creature.
It's a whole new breed.
A whole new creature.
If you thought millennials were bad and you thought Gen Z was bad, just get ready for Gen Alpha. Yeah.
I wonder what like people before the baby boomers thought of those kids.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't really, because you weren't supposed to be heard or seen when you were a kid back then.
Yeah.
No,
kids are supposed to be seen, not heard. So.
Yeah. Well, those weren't either.
Yeah.
You weren't seen or heard unless you were in the field working.
That's true.
Picking cotton or something like that. So, well, it's a different day. There's no doubt. But, there are some things that are still the same no matter what. And in the church, we celebrate that one thing for sure, being Jesus.
Absolutely.
And then there are still people today who want to go out and serve Jesus Christ and serve other people in the name of Jesus. And today we're going to invite a young lady in who has definitely felt that calling.
Yeah.
She wants to travel the world, and she doesn't want to travel it to, see all the pretties and all that stuff. She wants to travel it serving other people.
Yeah.
And I love this kid. She's one of the greatest kids on the planet. And so Janae Bryant is going to join us today and talk about going to YWAM, which is Youth with a Mission. And we give her a hard time because where her first place she's got to go for school is. It's in Hawaii.
Yeah.
We're like, you're suffering for Jesus there, Janae. But really, I'll talk about that during the interview. But I love her heart. I love her spirit. And I love the fact that she's willing to do this. And so she's going to come today and tell us her story a little bit. And so I guess we'll open up. And she's a recurring guest multiple times now. Yeah. So multiple guest appearances by Janae. So I should have said multiple star appearances or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So anyways, let's let Janae in and talk a little bit about her mission work and where she's planning to go here soon.
Let's do it.
We are here with Janae Bryant. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay, we were just singing a song, Janae Nay.
Yeah. Hey, Janae. It's like the Hey Franklin theme song.
So that's good. So first off, before we get to talking about why you're really here, how about those purple penguins?
Oof.
It's been a fun season. Y'all
It's
had
been
a
really
good time.
fun. I think it's been a really fun season. Last year was good too, but I think we've had a good team and
Yeah.
it's been fun.
It's always hard to have two purple penguins teams because everybody wants to play together.
Yeah.
But there's so many of everybody that wants
That's
to
what I was
play
going to
together.
ask. How many Purple Penguins teams do we actually have this year?
Just two
Okay.
this year, and that's really disturbing. You don't know that since
I know.
you've been busy this season.
I
though,
have.
trying to move houses and
I
stuff.
have. I normally try to come out to at
You-
least
you
a,
have been
a couple
to
of
some,
games, and
yeah,
I haven't been to any of them this year.
But that's
been
but yeah.
slacking.
But Janae's been you've been scoring some points this year.
I mean, it's just been the last 2 weeks. I don't know what happened.
You and your sister on different teams?
Yes. Yes.
Have y'all played each other yet?
Yes, that was our first game.
Oh, was it?
And
played
as we
tonight.
record this
We
tonight,
played tonight.
Oh.
so
So which team won the first time?
They did.
They did. So is this like a grudge match
Grudge
now?
match.
Are y'all gonna win this time? Are y'all out for blood?
I'm not. I just, it's church league. I'm,
back when the purple penguins played each other before, we called it the Battle of the Berg.
The Battle of the Bird.
Who's gonna stand on this iceberg?
Oh yeah. Do you need to borrow my smoke machine or?
Oh yeah, I wish it was here though. I wish we were playing here.
Me
That would be
too.
fun.
Me too.
But we're playing at the Wood. So
Careful now.
Westwood. Hey, that's Patrick's backyard, basically.
It is. I'm right around the corner now.
That's cool. Well, I've told you this a couple times. I've enjoyed your spirit this year because you're having a good time. I mean, she's made 2 3-pointers from granny shots.
Hey.
in action, not just
In the game.
That's
pretty
impressive.
amazing.
I'm not gonna lie.
It really is. So it's pretty cool. But Janae is going to. We've been calling it YWAM, and we'll call it YWAM here. We've had other people associated with that. I think Brooke Cagle's done that,
Yep.
and Emily Taylor. There's some other people. Maybe we know different people, but I think Andrew's sister has done YWAM or something like that. Maybe
one of his close friends. She did the world race.
World Race. Okay. So what is YWAM? It's Youth with a Mission, but what is that? So you're about to graduate high school, and instead of going to college, traditional, which is actually not traditional anymore.
It's becoming less traditional. Yeah.
Yeah, and people are they're even now, major companies are publicizing that they are dropping bachelor needs or bachelor requirements
Yeah.
for a lot of jobs that in the past they've had them for, or at least the past several years. They used to maybe even not have those in the past because the need for traditional college is starting to fly out the window.
Yeah.
But you've chosen a different path, and Youth with a Mission is one of these organizations that lets you follow a calling, and we're going to talk about that more. But what is Youth with a Mission?
So it's a 6-month program. 3 months, it's called a lecture phase. You're basically just studying the Bible. You're in a community with like other people your age. So it's about like 18 to 20. The programs differ with ages, so it really depends. And then the next 3 months, you're sent out somewhere to do missions. And it's kind of cool, but like it's really anywhere. You're sent anywhere. You can be in different places throughout those 3 months, which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
But for the first 3 months, they have campuses all over the world for different things. Some it's for multiple things, other ones are just for particular like callings, for whether it's pastoring, worship, all of that.
All right. So you're going to be suffering where you're at. For your first camp area is going to be suffering where?
Hawaii.
Suffering in Hawaii.
Oh man.
Suffering in Hawaii.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
The sacrifices we make, you know.
But you're not like at a resort or anything.
No.
It really is. I've been in those places where, you're sitting on the roof of the most torn down, horrible looking house you've ever seen in your life. And in the distance you can see, big old ships and hotels and the more money, it makes you actually a little bit sick. So just because we get these ideas in our head of what Hawaii looks like and stuff doesn't mean that it's not a place for real mission work and real mission training and stuff. So you're going to be going Hawaii, and you go when?
I leave in October. Like, my departure day is October 1st.
All right, so go in October to Hawaii for your first training time. And what is your particular specific thing you're training in?
Just in general, the mission aspect. Just learning more about, like, when I find out where I'm getting sent, I'll be able to find out about the culture, and just in general, opening up my mind and everything to missions. And just, like, we can all do that.
Sure.
It's just sometimes to go out to certain places, you just need a little more practice and skills and stuff.
Are you going to get any say into where you go?
So for the program that I'm doing, they give you, like, you get to pick your top 3, whether it's an actual city, whether it's just a continent.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, continent.
But then they kind of make it a big surprise, and you can find out between the first month, but you don't know when you're finding out.
Gotcha.
And so then from there, like, it's not 100% that you'll get the place you choose, but they do let you choose your top 3, and then from there, they surprise you. So it's kind of just like a step of faith when it comes to that.
Yeah. So real quick, a follow up to that. What is your where are you hoping to get sent? Do you have a top 3 yet, or
not really? Like, I want to go everywhere.
Yeah.
I think, like, my thing, if I'm really thinking about it, is just somewhere warm. I don't like the cold stuff.
Remember that when you're putting your list together. And remember, some places that you think are south actually become north again at some point. So it's cold down around Antarctic. You don't want to be down there with the real penguins.
No.
So during that training time, I'm sure they've talked to you a little bit. So are you learning how to communicate? Are you learning how to do missions? What are you learning during that time frame?
So what I'll be learning is, first off, you're studying the Bible. You're studying more about the Bible. And then you're also learning, like I said, when you find out where you're going, that's when you start, if they have a certain language, you try learning that. You're not forced to learn the language, but just so you're able to communicate if you want. You're learning about that culture. And then throughout the whole school, you're just learning more about God. You're in community, you're learning together, and they do big with worship and messages. And then, like, they have little things called tracks. And from there, that's like, they have a photography track, a preaching track, a worship track, life bearers, which is kind of, you're working with sex trafficking, you're working with healthcare women, and that's the track I chose.
Okay.
And then from there, you're split into small groups, and you're just learning about all of that. So then, when you're sent out, you might be working with that kind of stuff.
Sure. Cool. So why this, though? Why did you choose this? Do you feel like there's a calling in your life to do ministry, or why did you choose this YWAM thing?
To be honest, like, when I was thinking about what I was going to do after school, I didn't know. Because I knew I didn't want to do school, like college, because it's never been an interest to me. But I also didn't ever dream about doing this either. Like, I never did. I think what kind of just, I guess, awoke everything was when I went to Tanzania, because that was my first out-of-country mission trip, and that was a life-changing experience. I think more of it was, I didn't realize how much those people could affect me. Because, like, when you're going into missions, you think of, like, oh, I'm going to do all this great stuff, all that and this. But when I got there, I just everything about it, the culture, the laughter, the smiles, the way these kids just, like, touched my heart. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
So after that, I knew it was something I wanted to do. It was heavy.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, like, when I looked into mission programs, there were a few that was like, you have to do it for 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's when I ran across YWAM. And what I love about that is it's for 6 months, but then they give you, they provide a way that if you want to do it for 2 years, like a staff program or a mission program,
Okay.
or you can just go back home and live your life out. So that's what I loved about that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to be something I'm doing for
Sure.
the next 4 years of my life, but I know it's something I'm supposed to do
Yeah.
after high school. For sure, I think I'll know what I'm supposed to do afterwards when it comes to it. But I don't know. It's kind of just, he put it on my heart after Africa, and after that, I couldn't put it down.
So you grew up in the church, and you grew up in a Christian family. You grew up here at Northside, or at least majority, a big chunk of your life you have been. So what did you learn about Jesus and how Jesus works in your life and in all of our lives different in Tanzania than what you've learned in growing up in churches and stuff like that?
I think what I realized is you don't have to have all this fancy stuff to be able to share God. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I think all of us get comfortable in a church and a worship service and a community with that. When in Tanzania, they literally just did it in the yard.
Yeah.
And it, like, God was everywhere. The schools, the kids, the farms, everything. So I think that's one thing for sure that I was like, anybody can do this.
Yeah.
If anything, they did it better there than we do here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty amazing. Because I've experienced the same things, you know, and that's a really important thing for us to remember is that, you know, sometimes we make simple things more complicated than they need to be. We're really wonderful at that in America. So, and well, I guess you are everywhere, but we're really wonderful at it. We seem to make it like a pro sport here. Yeah. so especially it seems to be around churches. So, so cool. So why did you pick the track? Why the track that you're choosing to go into trafficking and working with women? Why is that super special to your heart?
Well, in general, I just love working with kids. I love it. I mean, when we went to Tanzania, when we were supposed to doing stuff with adults, I was caught playing with the kids. But I want to help out where I can, and just with part of my past and stuff, like the whole sex trafficking and stuff, like, I don't know if I'll get heavy into that, but I mean, it's always been an interest to me.
Sure.
And then just working with women and just helping them out through there, and then just learning from them.
So when did you start trusting Jesus with your heart, Janae? How old were you? What's your story with following Jesus?
It's been all over.
Well, that's all right. Most people's are.
I think when I moved to Jackson, it got really rough because we moved right when COVID hit.
Yeah.
And so to move to a place where, I knew people, but not really. We moved from a place that I've known my whole life.
Sure.
And so through Jackson, it got rough for a while, but then I found people that I could trust, people that could help lead me. And then with the youth group, after COVID got a little less, we were able to dive in and stuff, so that helped. And I think in general, I'm finding out more and more I can't do it on my own.
Yeah.
And Jesus is always there in the corner. It's kind of like my decision whether I choose to push him aside or not. But then I find out more and more that, like, I can't push him aside.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So just surrendering, and that happens over and over and over again.
Yeah. So you're adopted, correct? Mm-hmm. So where were you born?
I was born in Bogota, Colombia.
All right, cool. So, so does the fact that you're from Colombia, or that you were adopted and that you have an international story, your international history, you feel like that has any bearing on your desire to go and serve even short term internationally?
I think so, because I did look at in-city stuff, but I just couldn't. Like, I want to go all over the world.
Yeah.
I want to explore different cultures. And not really particular mine, just different kinds.
Sure.
But, yeah.
So why do you feel that drive is so deep in you to explore? Is it just from going to Tanzania? I mean, or is that something you're interested, like, in your studies at school? I mean, are you, like, really drawn to, like, history and stuff like that, where you're, like, studying another culture, another side of the world? Is that just something you've always been interested in?
I think so, because, like, I've never liked school, but history's always interested me.
Yeah.
Like, ancient, like, Greece and all that. Like, I've loved that. I want to travel the world just in general, but I also want to do it for a purpose.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's always interested me.
Yeah, going around the world's fun. But we do have a lot of stuff in this country that's cool to see, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and to do. And, but getting out there outside of your little sphere of influence, I think it's an important thing for everybody to do. In fact, we challenge people here to do that. You know, back in the day, we used to, before COVID and before civil unrest in Nicaragua and stuff, we would always say, before you're a sophomore in college, you know, everybody would have at least 2 opportunities to get out of the country to go serve.
Yeah.
And it felt like that was important. And we were able to get a lot of kids out to see and have some of the experiences that you're talking about, short-term missions. And then they developed a desire and willingness to see the world different and go out and travel the world. Some of them have done that. So pretty cool stuff. Well, all this kind of comes with a cost.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one of the reasons you're here. We wanted to hear your story a little bit more, but it does cost something to do these things. And YWAM really encourages you, as do almost every mission organization. I don't know of a mission organization that really isn't working like this right now, for you to self-fund yourself.
Yes.
So you raise your own money. And so that's one of the things that you're having to learn to do.
Yep.
And that's hard. It would be hard for me. I know Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Young Life, a lot of those people that even work in the United States, they're self-funding now. And that's hard. That's hard to do. And I find that it frustrates me a little bit, because we have young hearts that are willing to go and serve. To me, that's willingness is just as strong as the young people that are willing to go serve in the military.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to be doing stuff to help other people. And so to me, that should be honored just as much as we do, you know, that. But so you're needing some funding as well.
Yeah.
And so talk to us a little bit about that. You know, how much are you needing and those kinds of things?
Yeah. So my goal I'm hoping to raise is $10,000. Half of it goes towards the lecture phase, so that's going to go towards when I'm living in Hawaii, for the rooming, for the food, for the textbooks and the teaching and stuff like that. And then the other half goes towards the outreach phase. But my thing is that the outreach phase, you don't know the total amount because you don't know where you're going yet.
Sure.
So that makes a difference, but they give you like an average, and then from there I'll find out how much more I need. But it's $10,000, and I've made I still need $8,700 to reach that goal. I've already been surprised and blessed with the amount that people have already given me. I'm trying not to stress about it. I know it'll hit me at some point, but at the same time, I know that God will provide all of it in the perfect timing.
Yeah. Well, that's hard. I mean, it's hard not to stress about any kind of money sometimes, but you do have to learn to trust and obey. And you're taking care of the obeying part, but the trusting part is important. I mean, goodness, you can't go to college for $10,000 for 6 months.
It's not bad at all. Like, it's a lot, but it's not bad compared to some other ones.
Yeah,
so.
and they're asking you to self-fund. I wonder what college would look like if everybody had to self-fund.
Oh, geez.
Look, I guarantee you, we would have plenty of waitresses and people working.
Yeah.
Right now, if we had to do that, that'd be a different beast. And so, and people may know you from Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
So you're working and finishing up school and doing all the things you can do. And so, what are you doing? Any like special fundraisers or anything? Have you started into that stuff?
So I'm sending out letters and handing out letters first, just explaining what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and just how to support me. But then after that, I'm gonna do I do a little baking, and my mom does too. So selling stuff through there, and then I have little car hanger thingies that I've made for some people that people have been interested in actually buying. So just with that, and then I've thought of T-shirts. I'm just also working too, so just saving what I can with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
You make things that can hang a car?
like car hangers, like accessories.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right. I thought you were
it's a cute little disco ball with a cowboy hat.
that reminds me a little bit of Beyonce. So, all right. Well, cool. So, I don't know. I might have to give me one of those.
Yeah.
Put one on my little stand here where my microphone is. That'd be fun. So you got about 8,000 more to raise. Mm-hmm. 7,808. And so we want to ask people. What do we want to ask people? Help.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't want to do that. So we're also helping her as we go along here. So, but yeah, we do want to support Janae because she is a wonderful young human being and she has that desire to go serve other people. And that's one of the reasons we asked her to come be on the podcast as well to talk about this. And we know people out there can help her. And so, do you have a website or something that if they want to go to a website or
Yeah, so I have a direct link if people want to give directly to the program. I know some people have given me checks, and then I've Venmo, Cash App. But yeah, there's a direct link if people like giving directly too.
So I'll put that in the show notes and the description and everything.
Link down below.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll do the link down below and stuff. And so, let's help Janae get to Hawaii and beyond. That's really important. Beyond, get to learn some good stuff. But Hawaii will be fun, though.
It'll be fun, but I'm excited for the rest.
Yeah, I mean, it is what I love about her. She's ready to get beyond Hawaii. She's not ready. I mean, I'd be wanting her looking for Magnum PI if I was there or something. Hawaii 5-0 and like, where are y'all at? So she's like ready to get on with serving the Lord, and that's important for us to all know and to be a part of. So, anything else that you would like for us to mention besides help?
I mean, if people are wanting to know more or just want to have a personal conversation, I'm always open to it. I'm not very good at coming up and talking about this stuff, but I mean, if you're interested to know more, just to know, I would love to share. I love sharing about it.
But if someone had a Sunday school class or a small group, or
it's been brought up that some Sunday school classes are interested.
Yeah.
And I said yes to that.
Good. Lions Club or Rotary or something like that.
I mean,
those would be great.
So, yeah, I would love to have people know about it and for support, but also just hopefully through the next years, they'll still be there to support me, to want to know more and not just for this. So,
well, we definitely support you, and you are one of the finest human beings I know. And will serve the Lord greatly in some amazing ways that you don't even have an awareness of yet. And so we definitely encourage everybody to help you go serve the Lord in this way. So definitely see the links down below and help Janae out. Have her come speak at your groups and get other folks to help, because even though it is cheaper than a college deal, that's still it's a lot of money to get a young person going in this world today. So help her out. She always like to put on when I write recommendation letters, and if it's true, and in this case, it is more than true. She's a person that makes people around her better, and so definitely help her go make the world better in the name of Jesus.
I mean, I know I've felt better since she walked in the door. So
yes, she brings a lot of joy. She brings a lot of joy to the room, doesn't she?
Absolutely.
So, well, great. Well, Janae, thanks for being here. Thanks for being you, and being willing to go and serve our Lord and Savior.
Thanks for asking. I'm excited, and I can't wait to tell people. So
Awesome. So I hate, like I said before, that all these missionaries have to raise their own funds.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it to a small degree of if you really want to serve, you need to put out the effort and all that. I get that to a small degree. But these people, it just feels like there's fewer and fewer people who really want to serve in this capacity. And so I'm all about helping these young people, old people, I don't care who you are. I'm all about helping you go serve if you can. Yeah. You know. So we will post the links for Janae to the description and stuff, and encourage you, because I don't know a better human. Yeah. Like I said, to go serve and help her out, because that's a really special. And if you'd like for her to come speak to, maybe you have a social group, Rotary Club, Lions Club. That's still a thing?
That's still a thing.
I like the Lions Club. Or any group, Exchange Club, something like that would be great. So, and if you're looking for somewhere to help and, someone, then I know Janae would be appreciative of that. And so glad she came in and kind of told us what's going on with her life and where she's headed. And we're definitely excited and glad to help her. So definitely click on and help her with that. So
absolutely.
Also, thank you to everybody for all the love and the stuff you showed us on our last episode with Adam.
Yes.
Got a ton of clicks and stuff on our, really people have been paying attention to that episode. So thanks for doing that, because I know he appreciates being able to tell his story as well. Yeah. So I still haven't, I will do this today, is go purchase you
got to get your whiskey mill.
My shirt. I don't think you're going to be buying any shirts. I might buy you one too, Patrick. I'm going to buy you a shirt.
You're going to buy me a shirt?
I feel bad about the money you had to spend in your yard.
I wasn't going to bring it up because it's still a sore subject, but
I understand.
I'm going to have my whole front yard dug up and have my drain line replaced and everything. It's going to cost me about $6,000 probably, but
the American dream.
Yeah, I've lived in my house for 3 days and
the American
I'm already
dream.
having to take out another line of credit to pay for my plumbing.
Oh, goodness. Maybe we should put a link in there for you, too.
Yeah,
the
please.
American dream.
I'll put my Venmo in there.
Oh, my goodness. That's just tough, dude. I mean, goodness.
Yeah.
But trees and water lines and stuff. Trees will win every time.
Oh, yeah. They're smart. Trees are smart little buggers. They'll find water.
What were the guys telling you yesterday? There was like a line. It was like a quarter mile from the nearest
they were
tree,
telling me about
still had a root.
There was one that they had worked on where they had found roots in the drain pipe, and they were like, hey, we're going to have to replace this. And the guy was like, I don't have trees anywhere near my house. It can't be roots. And like the nearest tree was like a quarter mile away. And that's where the roots were coming from. The tree somehow sensed it through the ground and found its way over to the water. So
it's amazing, really.
Yeah,
it really is amazing. Life will find a way.
It will.
No matter what. So.
But yeah.
Oh, goodness. So, but yeah, definitely help out Janae, because that's going to be
absolutely.
We'll hopefully get to find out more about how her journey goes in the future and stuff, and who knows where all she'll end up going, traveling.
I'm kind of excited for her. I think it sounds like a cool opportunity.
I'm really excited. Well, we probably have some cool opportunities happening around here soon, because we are flying in on the Easter.
I know, we're getting close.
It's happening quickly. So what we got coming up?
Coming up, Our first quarter mission focus that's been going through February, the hygiene kits. Hygiene kits. That deadline is going to be extended through March 10th.
Yeah.
So you can still bring stuff up here through March 10th. We need some more hygiene items. So please look at the list. It's been posted on social media a couple of times. It's on our website and on it's on our app as well.
Yeah.
So find that list. It's in a lot of places. If you can't find the list, just call us up here at the office or whatever. But please bring those items by the church before March 10th. They're greatly appreciated. Also, our flash mission focus, is that what we're calling it? Flash
mission focus.
Bringing books for Isaac Lane. Yes. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? When's the deadline for that?
March 3rd.
March 3rd.
So it is this week only.
Okay.
So this is the only week you can bring those. Just children's books, as long as they can be gently used. They do not have to be new. As long as they don't have any writing or torn pages or anything. Those books are going to be used as prizes and sent home to students so that they can be read at home with their parents. And so they can encourage reading together and stuff. So Isaac Lane doing that for their Read Across America program they have in the 6th. So that's the reason this is just for this week only. They called recently and said, hey, we need some help. Can you help us real quick? And we were like, sure, we would be glad to throw this together for you real quick. And so we're just collecting books for them. So that's what they're going to be used for. And if you need any help, just get in touch with me and let me know.
Cool. Also coming up real quick, March 7th, we've decided we're calling it Discover Northside. And that's going to be basically a time when you can come by, meet the staff, ask some questions. It's going to be a real informal evening, just to kind of hang out. We're going to take a little tour of the church. You can bring your kids. We're going to have pizza. And it's just kind of a chance to get to know the staff, get to know the pastors, ask questions if you have them, and just... yeah, kind of like a little open house type deal, but... yeah,
for those that are new to Northside.
It's for those that are new or just really anybody that has questions or wants to... Yeah. So we're not going to turn anybody away. Yeah. But if you are new to Northside, it would be a great time to learn a little bit more. But... yeah, so that's going to be March 7th.
That'll be fun.
At 6 p.m. in Hope Hall. If you can, sign up online. Sign up by March 5th at noon. So that we know how much pizza to get. But there's no cost or anything like that. But we just want to try to get a head count for pizza. And so I think that'll be a good evening. Coming up on March 10th is daylight savings time.
Woohoo!
We're going to spring forward. So it's my least favorite day of the year because I lose an hour of sleep.
Well, go to bed an hour early.
And then I have to deal with that pesky sun longer in the day. And
it just messes up all the roosters, too.
It just messes them all up. But make sure you set your clocks correctly so that you make it to church on time.
Yeah, that's spring break, too.
That is spring break, too. So there's a lot going on. We're also coming up very quickly on all of our Easter stuff. Holy Week and all that's coming up. So on the 24th of March, that is Palm Sunday.
Palm
Sunday. If you want your kids to wave some palms, make sure you're here early for that. Also on Palm Sunday, I believe we're doing our Easter egg hunt on the 24th as
correct.
well.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, I apologize, Miranda. But
we'll verify this for next time too.
Yeah, we'll verify this. But I'm pretty sure that we're having our Easter egg hunt on Palm Sunday. So go ahead and make sure that you've got that on your calendar as well.
Because we need to find out the time for sunrise.
Yeah.
For Easter.
For Easter, yeah. So. Because then we'll be into Holy Week. We're going to have Good Friday service. It's going to be a little different, but it'll be in Hope Hall. So that'll be good. Make sure you have that on your calendar. And then, of course, Easter Sunday on the 31st. Yeah, we're flying up to Easter. It doesn't feel like we should be here already. So
you want me to scare you?
Not really, but go ahead.
Saw last week there's only 44, so it'll probably be 43 more Fridays until Christmas.
Oh, no.
43 more Fridays. That's that's really scary.
That's terrifying.
So, yeah, it's probably...
but yeah, so that gets us pretty well through March.
Cool.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Well, Glenn, thanks for podcasting with me. And thanks to all of you out there in the world for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from us, you can follow us on Instagram at Northside Now Podcast. Go to our website, northsidejackson.com, or email us at podcast@northsidejackson.com. We hope to hear from you soon. Once again, this is Patrick.
This is Glenn.
And that's what's happening at Northside Now.